gotta revel in it. You gotta revel in it. You just gotta. While you're sitting there like, who is this buffoon and all that? I'm just saying. Meet me up in the air. You're a Christian, you're a big ass man of God, right? Up here. It's like worship music. Goes like this. You gotta, were you authorized? No, if you're gonna come into my church, my school.
The following program features trained professionals. Do not attempt what you are about to see. In 2013, cameras captured a glimpse of what's believed to be the largest great white shark ever recorded. Deep blue. She was never seen again until now. But that's just the beginning. What happened next was one of the most unbelievable shark encounters of all time.
My vote is CG.
That's a little different. It's
Hawaii, a tropical paradise known for white beaches, stunning scenery, and abundant marine wildlife. Many shark species call these waters home. Tiger sharks, hammerheads, and oceanic whitetails are common. But it's extremely rare to see a great white. But on an early morning in January 2019, that was all about to change.
A whale carcass we first told you about last night as breaking news is now on the reef off Sand Island. The carcass was spotted yesterday off of Kewalo. The current carried it west and now it's stuck here on the reef off Sand Island Beach Park.
I would just professionally advise you not to swim here because there have been tiger sharks seen on the carcass today, and yesterday there was many as 15 to 20 tiger sharks on the carcass at one time.
On January 11th, 2019, everyone on the island of Oahu was talking about a huge sperm whale carcass near the shore, attracting sharks. An unusual sight for most, but for wildlife photographer Kimberly Jeffries and boat Mark Moeller, it sounded like a chance to capture some amazing photos.
So we heard about the whale in the news. We had reports of tiger sharks, oceanic whitetips, even hammerheads. We wanted to get out as soon as we could, and by the time we made it out, the whale had already washed ashore right here at Sand Island.
That's exactly where it was. It was beached right there on the sand next to the rocks. So we were kind of disappointed that we missed our chance.
Kimberly is a professional wildlife photographer and conservationist, capturing amazing images above and below the water. She and her boyfriend Mark dedicate as much of their time as possible to their true passion in studying animals in the water. On January 12th, the Department of Land and Natural Resources tows the dead whale back into the ocean.
I was scanning the radio, and I heard reports that they had.
I spent hours researching the best electric vehicles, but when I finally purchased one, the thing that surprised me the most was how much.
Dropped the whale carcass 8 miles offshore.
Mm. Mm. Someone's gonna get curb served. Someone's gonna get curb served. Someone's gonna get curb served.
Bethany Hamilton, I'm 20 years old. I was born and raised in Kauai, Hawaii. Living on Kauai has always been a struggle. So we kind of, over the years, have learned to tap into God.
Someone's gonna get curb served.
Can you believe we get to come out here every day? Yeah. The thing about running a nonprofit that furnishes people's homes is that furniture is just the beginning. With the help of our partner Walmart Business, we can apply our tax-exempt status at checkout to easily save on anything we need.
You were saying? One of the funniest parts to me. Sit down in your... We were in Ashland. I remember the father, he was pretty much, put your earbuds in. We're gonna go for a walk, right? We're gonna fuck up a lot of people. I was like, alright, well, how you want it done? Type of thing. It's one step at a time, right? So it's, then you kind of, you're drifting with the current for a bit, and then you're feeling it out, and then it becomes, alright, well, you need some theme music for it, right? So I'd say, grab your theme music first before you attempt this challenge or whatever you're gonna do. I guarantee you how it's gonna end. It's just like I showed you. But it's here's a funny thing. We're going against witches and things like that. I'm versatile. So if it was up in the air, it's up in the air. If it's drop in, then it's drop in. So wherever you're at is pretty much the whole point of it. And we were talking about it, and it was kind of, you're pretty pissed off at Christians. They don't like you, you don't like them, so then we're gonna go this route. Because technically it was your church, and your Jesus, so if they don't like you, then that, what does that tell you, right? So it was like, alright, you know, if somebody asked me, who did you like, who didn't you like? To be real, it's you pop in that person for a second, and then that's done. You know? So you're not really thinking about it too much until, you know, until God brings it up, and he's like, well, what about this? And then you're kind of, that was an order from heaven that one time, and I'm like, who are you talking about? Usually, I didn't know these fools, and I still don't know them. So it was kind of, you know, we were doing something where we... Yeah. We were in the air, and I think at that time we were in witchcraft territory. So he was kind of like, hey, I want you to drop into this. And then I dropped into it because he waterboarded me. I think probably 6 or 7 months he kept waterboarding me. He's like, yo, you want light? It's like, yeah, I want some light. No. And then it was just like, you had to fight to figure out where the light was. And then it was a Navy SEAL training that I didn't know that I was going into at the time. And then he was kind of, and I was kind of letting him know, I was like, shit, I need some light. And I had Christian music playing and shit like that, but it wasn't. It was this little tiny square that he gave me. He gave me this little tiny square, right? It's like, all right, you can have this little tiny square, and then you sit down on it, and man, he just kept like flooding, just darkness, and how he wanted it to be impenetrable, and he. So you're sitting there, you're getting waterboarded, and it was what he was trying to instill, which was, I really don't want you to give a fuck. I don't want you to care about this Christian shit anymore. I want you to do what I tell you to do, which was already kind of embedded in me. And then he was kind of, when I was getting waterboarded, he would always kind of be like, all right, well, these people are going through this. This is how they feel about it. And then, being taken into the air, I think, was a real, a spot that you have to be in to really understand it. It's just you and him, plus, there were, at that time, he was kind of teaching me up here before we launched the Alert 5, and then I ended up in Portland, but he was teaching me, getting waterboarded, and I was getting waterboarded, like, oh my gosh. It was kind of like, if a demonic person catches you, then this is what it's gonna be like. And it was. It definitely was. I don't think I would have survived that unless he actually, Portland, no. Till I was captured, I think, by Mary, and when Mary was interrogating, and she really started ripping into me, started cutting and shit like that. It was pretty bad. But it was, before that, I was moving at a certain pace, because we had come out of Medford, out of my tabernacle, and we were moving, and it was kind of like, we're gonna do something. I was like, all right. So, I mean, when you start torching cities and things like that, and people are coming to you, hey, my RV just got torched and all that, and you still have to kind of, oh, okay. And they're coming to Jesus, so then automatically you're thinking that they're good people, right? They're not. So it's like they're coming to Jesus, but not the right way. So, then one day, we were, of course, Taya. We were rocking Taya for a long time, and then kind of switched where he wanted to go with it, which was pretty much fuck some shit up. Which sometimes, he can be that way. Like, he can say, all right, we're gonna fuck some shit up. And then, I remember when I got pissed off about it, when I just put my earbuds in, and I was just like, all right, okay. Like, I was just done, right? So then I'd walk around every homeless community, or I'd walk into stores, and you could just feel the anger just pouring out. Like how pissed off he was. Like you could feel the spirit through your fingertips, and like how he felt about it, right? So then you're walking at a I'm really gonna hurt you type of mindset, which is like I'm gone. Like I'm not even here anymore. So it's no, you're not gonna talk to Michael. No, you're gonna talk to Jesus himself. How he feels about it, right? So I am Jesus, so it worked out. And then you know, when you're walking through the streets or something, if I go out at a certain night or something like that, it's with the mentality of whoever steps up, whoever says anything, just give me an excuse. And then you kind of watch how they respond to it. Sometimes they were like, fuck you, and then it's like, all right, bet. And then they're not getting up the next morning. So we were talking about how these Christians think that they're okay. What you're upset about is I'm not going to fight for you anymore. Do it yourself. I just showed you how to do it. Do it yourself. Go out there with these demons. Go out there with a principality. Go out there. Go swim. Go play your games like everything is fine. And when it happens and your family gets ripped apart, you lose your wife and you're sitting there on a hospital bed, then what are you going to say? But you don't want to hear that. So I usually just drop in. I do my job. And it was, we hit so strategically. We hunted down people. We're like, all right, what'd you say? I think we had warlocks, witches. We had the entire community that was in this little block. And we just kept hitting and kept hitting and kept hitting and kept hitting and kept hitting, just causing them pain over and over again, right? So it was, to me, I think he reached that point. Not that he was broken. It was more like, yeah, I was waiting for this. Like, I think he was always pissed. I think, yeah, I was born with an anger issue. But when it started coming out and he started cultivating it, and he was just like, all right, well, this happened to you, this happened to you, this happened to you. And it was, my hat is like a shark's fin. And when he kind of explained that to me, he was like, when you put on your crown and you walk around, that's how they need to feel about it. My hat is like a shark's fin. 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 So it was a safety issue to an extent, but it was also like, no, I don't want them to see us coming. I just want to rip their fucking arm off. And when they're dying and bleeding out, they can't talk that shit again. He was past the point where he's at right now, which is he doesn't want to talk. Like, he really wants to get down with it. And then yesterday, he sent me out and he was just like, all right. And then nobody wanted to fight. Which I keep hearing the devil is like, no, we don't want to fight you. And then he was kind of like, well, if I detect anything less than fear or respect, then we're going to fight. And he was really adamant about that. So, I mean, how he wanted to go about it, how he's going to go about it is synonymous. So it's, you guys kind of really fucked up. Especially, he fucking hates Christians. Like, he's really on one when it comes to Christians. He thinks you're traitors, and he wants you to shut the fuck up and just, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn not to do that. And he's just, that's the way he is. So, to me, he's just, I wouldn't fuck around with them, but since you guys keep this dumb shit up, then you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn. And he wants you to learn step by step. Like, okay, since you did that, this is what I did. And since you did that, this is what I did. Until the pain is just more than you can bear. And then he's gonna surface you, probably fuck you up some more. So it's not something I would have gotten into. But he doesn't like your generation. And I haven't been able to talk to him too much about not liking you. He just doesn't like you. So where he's going with it, he has a plan. My hat is like a shark's fin. So then we were walking around, and he's kind of getting me back into that mode where he's just like, I want your eyes to change. I want you to rip somebody apart. I want to make an example out of someone. So I hope that's not you. But if it is, there's nothing I can do about it. He didn't really like the worship music. That's not how he was feeling. So he didn't really want to be forced into, no, he wanted to speak how he felt. He doesn't think Christians are good people. Like, you guys fucked up. You did something that he just doesn't like. So, bring everybody together, and then we're going to have the entire fucking world crash down on you Christians' heads. You're going to reap what you sowed. What you talked about, we're going to find out if you really are that Christian. And we all know you're not. You know? So, that's how he wants to go about it. All right. Yeah, we'll support you on this, Lord. So you can see me over there, and then I think the woman she represents the church, and then she did some stupid shit that she shouldn't have. She fucked around with something that she shouldn't have. So, then there's your pastor. Yeah. So, and then we're combining together. It's Michael and Jesus, how we're going to go about this. We hear it, like, it seems weird and everything, but it's not weird when we're after you. Like, it'll make sense real quickly. So it's like, my hat is like a shark's fin. My hat is like a shark's fin. Depending on what crown I'm putting on. And then it's how did he... I don't know. Like, it's we hate killer whales. We're kind of pissed off about that. But it's when you see it, I think it'll be different, because you know. So then I have my people involved in it, and it was like the lyrics, which dun 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 dun. All I need is a low rider, right? So you're either gonna be like, he's absolutely insane, or he's really either warning us, or this is what's gonna happen when it happens. And he was telling me that too, because you have to have your timing. So something I say today doesn't make sense. 3 days later, it starts making sense. So I always time it like that. And usually it's just another day, you know. You can say whatever you want, but God's not supporting it. That's the funniest thing is you guys think that, you know, you're going to speak for God when you have no connection whatsoever to God. So it's okay. Well, then you just fell into that false prophet, false teacher category, which you shouldn't have. So it's because he knew who he took into the air. He knew who he trained. And when he's saying shut the fuck up, that he doesn't know you, and you keep continuing, then he's gonna be the way he is, you know. So I can't tell him to shut the fuck up. You couldn't tell God to shut the fuck up. But when he tells you to shut the fuck up, you will shut the fuck up. So the you just don't. With a great white shark, you don't. But again, you know, you guys are very arrogant, weird people that think you know God. And, okay. What can I say? All right. Well, you know me. I don't know you, but you are saying you know me, which is weird, but it's how he wants it to go. It's gonna go that way. I don't get in his way when he wants to speak. So it's take a steeper type of thing. And if you however he wants it to go, like me, I'd rock it. Just be like, all right, bet. But he wants it to be a certain way. So I guess this is you and some dumb shit you did.
Tell me, Mr. Franklin, have you ever known anyone with Alzheimer's?
No.
What if you could end all that suffering with a single pill? Give it on Monday morning, 48 hours. I'll give you results that'll skyrocket your stock price.
In the most advanced research facility in the world. Wow.
Beneath its glassy surface, a world of gliding monsters.
A team of specialists is working against the clock.
Did someone order the fish?
On an experiment to benefit mankind.
Sharks never show any loss of brain activity as they age.
We're this close to the reactivation of a human brain cell.
But before they can save millions of lives,
Tell me I didn't see that. They recognize that gun.
It's impossible. Sharks do not swim backwards. They can't.
they'll have to find a way to save their own. Just what the hell did you do to those sharks?
Did you feel something?
Jim and I use gene therapies to increase their brain mass.
What is that?
As a side effect, the sharks got smarter.
Somebody, please, tell me what that is.
Welcome to church. Ought to be exciting.